Okay, so I am ready to go live. I'm going to be talking about different EdTech tools that we can use for digital learning. We're going to start with one that I use quite heavily in my classes, and I hope that this will help you in the future. This video will be posted on my YouTube channel as well afterwards. I'm not going to go, before somebody asks, I'm not going to talk too much about OneNote. I know it's a really powerful tool, but I'm not going to be talking too much about that because I just posted a video about OneNote earlier today. This live stream is not going to be terribly long. I'm going to be hopefully in and out in about 20 minutes. After that, you can watch the video and review. Please let me know that you're here in the live chat. Please make sure that it is appropriate, but if you have any questions that you'd like me to go over, I would like to answer those as best as I possibly can. So please let me know who you are in the comments and put any questions that you would like me to answer as we go through. The first tool that I use is called Canvas. It is by Instructire.com. It is a free tool. I've used this for the last couple of years here. My favorite part about it is that not only is it a learning management tool, I can copy and reuse the same courses, and it adjusts all my dates for me, as well as I can put files on it. I can style it the way I like in HTML. It is a bit of more advanced than Google Classroom, and you might need some more technical knowledge for it, but I really enjoy how well it works. So I'm going to show you guys a course that I've completed already, and I'm going to go back into, I'll go into the one that I'm currently in. It's called Computer Science 20. So I have my different modules that I have made it. I can condense them, as well as I have due dates in here, so I can publish this and I can put due dates, and it becomes a assignment where kids can put their work into. It has a speed grader, so I can mark it online very easily. I can download all submissions really easily as well. There's just a lot of really cool tools that Canvas has in them, and I'm going to go through them very briefly. I will be putting videos on how to use Canvas later on that are going to be in more detail. So this is the teacher's view. There's different views in Canvas, and this is my home page. I've set my home page to be the modules for the student view, so in the assignments. So as students progress through the course, and as I release assignments, they will hand in work, and you can even do different unit tests. Again, how you go through these different tools in Canvas is going to be a separate video later. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to set up your course. So I'm going to go to Dashboard and say I want to create a new course. I can go under Courses, and I can go All Courses. So Courses, All Courses, and then you go into Course. I'm going to call this a test course. You can change your different content licenses. So I can do private, public domain, or different Creative Commons licenses. I'm going to do private copyrighted, and then I'm going to hit create course. Okay. It's going to bring you up to the different modules that it wants you to create. I'm going to create a new module, and I'm going to call this Unit 1, Historical Globalization. And I can put this a lock until a certain date. So if I didn't want them to access it until next Monday, I could do that, or I could just get rid of that and have it open right now. So I'm going to add module. I like to put all of mine in there first. So 2, economic globalization. And you can add a prerequisite as well. So if before they move on to Unit 2, I can say they have to complete Unit 1. Unit 3, and then I can make a unit 4. Now I know I'm mixing stuff up. National identities, and then I can do social globalization there. Okay, so now I've set up my different units that I wanted for my test assignment here. So like now I can put all my content in here. And so just as like what I showed in computer science, each of those assignments can have their descriptions and everything in there. So, and you can do quizzes and due dates, and it even has its own calendar for kids to look up at. So I can, if I publish this course right here, kids can go to the syllabus page and it'll show what's on the calendar there. You can go to an announcements page and you can put an announcement on there. But Canvas is a really powerful tool where you can manage your online learning. And then if I was done, I could redo this. Again, there's going to be more videos in detail about how Canvas works. But for me, I really enjoy using this because it is a really, really powerful tool so that I can manage my students' learning as well as they can continually look for improvement. So if I was to show you the student view of my course right here, you'd see, if they hadn't finished something, you'll see they will see a little red minus mark saying that is missing to them, as well as a to do. Right. I have course materials that they can look back and review. I can embed videos in there as well as put PDFs for them to access. I can also have them finish and do unit tests. So I have my unit test part A. They can go through here and answer, but this one was locked a few weeks ago, so they do not have access to it anymore. And you can put time limits on that as well. As they go, they have different modules that are available to them. They can look at announcements for the class. They can look at the different modules that are there or class discussions. They could also look at the course calendar. And the course calendar will say when different assignments are due in class and what classes that they have. So if they were in multiple classes, that not just computer science, they can see what other classes that they had. So I can go back. I'm just going to leave student view right now. Okay. Leave student view. So that's a really powerful tool that I use every day. I don't know where I'd be without Canvas. I'll put more information on how to use Canvas later on. As a teacher, it also shows you to-dos, things that you need to grade as well. This does have a gradebook ability in there, but I don't really duplicate my marks. I have a paper copy and then I put them into PowerSchool. So sometimes I put the grades in there, sometimes I don't. It is a tool if you would like to use it. You can store your outcomes in there as well if you'd like to do that. Another powerful tool that you can use is Google Classroom. If you've used Google Classroom before, you should be fairly familiar with this. But Google Classroom allows you to manage class flow. It's not as powerful as Canvas. To me, it's not really a learning management tool. It's a classroom management tool. But it also allows your students the ability to hand in stuff and access things online. So if we go to this class that I made earlier today, if I wanted, I can put an announcement on here, no classes until further notice. Please stay. Please check your classroom and email regularly. So I can give them some more information. I can add files to this announcement if I wanted to. I can schedule this and then I can post it. So all students in Math 10C will see this announcement there. It's a little bit more user-friendly than Canvas. You can create a topic, which is how I organize my units. So unit 3, let's do measurement as our unit, and then I can reorganize this in my classwork stream. And so as I attach assignments to different units, it'll show up as they progress through the course. You can do many different things within Google Classroom. You can create assignments, quiz assignments, which is like a Google Forms. You can ask and pose a question, which I have used for online discussions. Specifically with, like, I have lots of kids who don't like talking very much in class, and allows them to have a voice and share their opinion without feeling outed about not being able to speak in public. So they're able to answer the questions and respond to people thoughtfully online, as well as I use that as a way to teach digital citizenship. If we have completed a set of notes, I will post a material. You can do that as well. I can reuse posts as well. Okay? I'll create further videos on how to work with the various parts of Google Suite, as well as it also has an internal Google Calendar. So when this assignment is due, it'll show up on their calendar that it is due that date. It's pretty easy to add people. Oops. It's pretty easy to add people to your class, either co-teachers or students on Google Classroom. You just hit the add invite teachers, and you type in their name or email, or you add your students. Some of your districts might have already imported a Google Classroom for you guys, but if you haven't, this is where you get that. If there was grades, it can show up here. Again, when I've used Google Classroom, I don't normally put their grades in there. The one nice thing about forms and quizzes on Google Classroom is that the exponents quiz, or if it's a quiz, it'll automatically grade, and you can import their grades into Google Classroom. All right, so that is Google Classroom. Another easy tool for digital learning is called Screencast-O-Matic. So Screencast-O-Matic is a free tool. You can purchase it and you get better options. You get rid of the watermark with Screencast-O-Matic, but it's not as good. Right now I'm using a screencasting software called OBS Studio, and I might give you guys a little tutorial about that later on. But I've used Screencast-O-Matic. It's great, and I use it to make review lessons, or to go through my PowerPoint and give kids something to go back to. So you can actually start recording for free, and then I can launch free recorder off my web browser. It will download a file, and you just click. And then you can resize however big you want your window to be. And you can use screen, you can use a webcam, or you could use both. All right, so if I wanted to use my webcam, then I could do both. I would just set up my camera. I'm just going to use screen right here. In order to get over 15 minutes, you do have to have purchased it. You can set the size. You can make sure that the microphone's on the narration and that computer audio is there. You can go into the preferences and do some more advanced things. Change your settings the way you want to, and then when you're ready, you just hit record, and it will record for you your screen while you're going on that. So yeah, those are 3 great tools that you can use to help make your content easier to access online for your students, and go back to help them learn and progress through the content. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to end the stream now. You can always refer back to this video if you would like. Other than that, thank you for viewing, and I will see you later.